Once upon a time, in a quiet forest filled with glowing flowers and whispering trees, there lived a young fairy named Alina. She had silver wings that sparkled like morning dew, and a curious heart that never stayed still. While other fairies loved flying races and cloud games, Alina loved watching humans from far away. She often wondered what it was like to sit in a classroom, write in notebooks, and learn from books instead of magic scrolls. One morning, Alina made a brave decision. "I want to go to a human school," she said to herself. The elder fairies were surprised. No fairy had ever tried that before, but Alina's grandmother smiled kindly and gave her a small charm. "This will help you look human during the day," she said. "But remember, true learning comes from kindness and honesty." With a flutter of nervous excitement, Alina used the charm and turned into a human girl with bright eyes and a warm smile. Alina joined a small school in a nearby town. On her first day, everything felt strange. The school bell was loud, the hallways were busy, and the chairs did not float at all. She sat quietly in class, listening carefully. The teacher talked about numbers, words, and the world beyond the town. Alina found it amazing. Humans learned without magic, yet they discovered so many things. She wrote slowly, holding the pencil like a fragile wand, afraid it might fly away. Making friends was not easy at first. Alina didn't understand jokes and sometimes answered questions in a very honest, fairy-like way. When someone asked, "How are you?" she replied, "I am joyful because the sun smiled at me today." The other children laughed, not in a mean way, but in surprise. Soon, a kind girl named Mia sat beside her and helped her understand school rules. Mia shared her lunch, explained homework, and showed Alina how to play games during recess. As days passed, Alina began to enjoy school more and more. She loved reading stories, drawing pictures, and learning about history. But sometimes her magic slipped out by mistake. Once, when a class plant looked dry, Alina whispered a fairy spell, and the plant suddenly bloomed with bright flowers. Everyone stared in shock. Alina quickly said, good soil?" The teacher nodded slowly, confused but impressed. There were also hard days. Alina felt sad when she saw students being unkind to each other. In the fairy world, feelings were shared openly, and problems were solved with care. One day, she saw a boy being teased because he was quiet. Alina stood beside him and said gently, "Everyone has a light inside them. Some lights just glow softly." Her words made the room quiet. The teasing stopped, and the boy smiled for the first time in days. At night, Alina returned to the forest and told her grandmother everything. "Humans have no magic," Alina said, "but they have something just as strong. They have courage, curiosity, and the power to change." Her grandmother hugged her proudly and reminded her that learning goes both ways. The school year slowly came to an end. Alina knew her time as a human student was almost over. On the last day, she felt heavy inside. She would miss her friends, the classroom, and even the loud bell. During the final class, the teacher asked everyone what they had learned that year. When it was Alina's turn, she stood up and said, "I learned that magic is not only in wings or spells. Magic is in helping others, learning new things, and believing in yourself." That afternoon, Alina said goodbye to Mia and the others. She hugged them tightly, holding back tears. That night, under the moonlight, she returned to the fairy world for good. Her wings sparkled brighter than ever, filled with new wisdom. Alina never forgot her time at human school. She started teaching young fairies about humans, their kindness, their struggles, and their beautiful way of learning. And sometimes, when a child at that little school felt encouraged or brave for no clear reason, it was said that a fairy with silver wings was smiling from the forest, proud of the lessons they all shared. Thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for more magical adventures. See you next time.